intentionally fell in front of everyone. She could quickly become the center of attention. Sure enough, Slater's attention was drawn to her. He came over to help her. Since one of her heels broke when she fell, Slater kindly removed the other one as well. She didn't expect her plan to work so well. This gave her the perfect opportunity to talk to Slater. Annie, standing nearby, quickly took a photo to capture the moment. Although Slater was a very famous billionaire, he seemed incredibly approachable. He even introduced Fida and Annie to his friends and took them to dine with the wealthy group. This made Fida realize not all rich people are arrogant. Perhaps they are just like ordinary people. But soon, the banquet ended. Slater said goodbye to her as his friends urged him to leave. This left Fida and Annie feeling a bit disappointed. If they'd had more time, they might have won him over. But as they were chatting, Slater suddenly rushed back and asked if they wanted to go with him. He had just bought a private island. It was a perfect spot for a vacation. Fida and Annie couldn't resist the offer, so they immediately boarded Slater's private jet. But they didn't know they would never return from this trip. Soon, they landed on the island. A private car took them to the estate. The surroundings were amazing. The estate looked incredibly luxurious. As soon as they entered, they were asked to hand over their phones. At first, Annie wanted to refuse. But when Slater said everything was optional and saw that everyone else had already handed in their phones, Annie felt too embarrassed to continue resisting. Then they began their joyful vacation.
Everybody say, making memories! Making memories!
Slater had prepared rooms for everyone. This made Fida very happy. After taking a bath, Slater thoughtfully provided clothes for all the women, but everyone got the same outfit. Annie found this a little odd, but Fida thought maybe this is just the taste of rich people. They drank by the pool and sunbathed. Slater paid extra attention to Fida, showing her around the island. This made Fida completely let down her guard. However, she noticed that the servants on the island seemed a bit strange. They all gave her eerie smiles.
This man has 9 wives and 10 daughters. The wives always wear red clothes, while the daughters wear blue. Every night he selects one wife, and the rest of the women pray for him before they sleep, as they all live in a dense forest. Tom is their only support. The women farm, wash clothes, and take care of all the household chores, while Tom continuously brainwashes them so that they worship him without question. Sarah is the most beautiful daughter, but she has never seen her mother. Whenever she asks about her mother, Tom always avoids the question. One day, another girl Sarah's age wears red clothes and is ready to become a wife. Sarah is confused. That night, she sees Tom conducting an initiation ceremony for her sister. At the same time, Sarah gets her first period. The other girls start treating her as an outcast, but Paul stays silent and says nothing. A few days later, they all leave that place and move to a new location. Sometime later, all the wives mysteriously disappear, and now all the grown-up daughters become wives.
The woman discreetly sprayed laxative from a pen into the manager's coffee and placed a tracking chip on his clothes. The manager felt something was off but relaxed when he noticed only a beautiful woman nearby. Meanwhile, Lisa's teammates infiltrated the building's ventilation system, heading towards the vault. The vent was filled with lasers, so Ethan took out a laser reflector device, carefully connecting it to the laser emitters to redirect them all together, making the vent safe. He then used a magnetic screwdriver to unbolt the vent cover and removed the shield. At this point, the manager was supposed to be working in the vault, but the laxative took effect, and he felt sick, rushing to the restroom to vomit. Using the tracker, the team realized he was in the bathroom and quickly signaled Ethan to proceed. Ethan entered through the vent, and his teammates lowered him slowly with a cable. He reached the computer, cracked the password, and inserted a disk to copy $50 million worth of data. Suddenly, a rat appeared in the ventilation duct, startling the team, causing Ethan to drop rapidly, stopping just a centimeter from the floor. The vault floor had pressure sensors that would trigger an alarm with any contact. Ethan struggled to maintain his balance, sweating profusely, and quickly caught a drop of sweat falling from his glasses. The team slowly pulled Ethan up, and he swiftly retrieved the disc. Ethan was lifted back to the vent, but a teammate accidentally dropped a dagger, which stuck into the computer desk. The manager entered the vault.